The story begins with a storm rising from the sea, but today it wasn't raining water, it was raining plastic and garbage. In a car passing by on the road, we see Barbara and her daughter. Witnessing this strange sight, Barbara calls her ex-husband. Upon picking up, Buckley tells them to return immediately. However, they get stuck in traffic halfway. Barbara tells her daughter to run into a nearby building. Outside, Burke sees an anchor about to fall on his daughter. He rushes over and saves her. Shortly after, Barbara arrives, and the family is reunited. Authorities have no way to stop this bizarre situation. Everyone watches the sky fill with plastic. Among the debris spat out by the sea is the Titanic, which finally reaches New York after 114 years. These strange events began when some fishermen went out to sea. When they cast their nets, they caught a marine creature along with the fish. We then see Buckley, who receives news of an oil leak in the ocean. He is tasked with the cleanup mission alongside the British Army. On his way, he passes through London to drop off his daughter, Kirby, safely with her mother. After saying goodbye to his daughter and ex-wife, he goes to the airport with Sergeant Hannah and boards a military plane. He soon reaches a secret location where the dead body of the marine creature is kept. It is revealed that this creature was found about 3 miles from the coast. When the fishermen saw the monster emerging from the net, they shot it and tried to sell the body on the internet, but the colonel took action in time, covered up the case, and bought the body for army research. Pierce explains that such sea creatures are mentioned in ancient legends. Their species is called Homo aqua. When scientists examine the body, they find a pearl under the creature's throat, identical to one found in a previous specimen. To communicate with these undersea beings, the army sets up camps in the mountains and sends signals using a machine. After dark, while others sleep, Morgan and Sarah are assigned to guard the Homo aqua body. Around 2:30 a.m., they sense something is wrong. Suddenly, the ground begins to flood with water, and Sarah starts sinking. Morgan tries to save her, but something drags Sarah down forcefully. Seconds later, Morgan is pulled down the same way. He calls for help before disappearing, but the other soldiers don't arrive in time. The body is also stolen. An alarm sounds, and the soldiers wake up. When the general reaches the tent, Morgan and Sarah are gone. He tries to contact them via radio, only to find the radio buried underground. After the monsters left, the ground turned solid again. While inspecting the area, Pierce finds Morgan's severed hand. Buckley realizes he has been sent on a very dangerous mission. He asks what kind of creatures these are. Hannah explains that their team's job is to attempt communication with unknown beings. She clarifies that the Homo aqua are not aliens. They inhabited Earth long before humans and have been under the sea for thousands of years. Now, they have awakened and want to take back the planet. That night, the army sees a Homo aqua approaching the beach. The general orders his soldiers to lower their guns because he wants to talk. Using a translation device, Pierce speaks to the creature and invites it to a meeting. The creature is furious because the fisherman killed one of its kind. Pierce responds that he too has lost 2 soldiers. They eventually sign a peace agreement to stop the killing. Even after the agreement, the fish man says his people are tired of living in hiding. At that moment, people in every country begin seeing the Homo aqua emerge for the first time. They claim this is their world too. The first official meeting between the 2 species takes place in London. A bridge called Waterway is built for this meeting, connecting land and water. Once everyone is in place, Kate orders the engineers to open the waterway. Along with the Homo aqua, 3 other strange creatures arrive: a giant fish, a mermaid, and a woman who looks human. In a short time, the woman, named Salt, learns human languages and begins to understand the ambassador. At the start of the meeting, Salt explains why she came. She was about to have children, but the oil leaked from human ships made the area toxic. To keep the meeting calm, Jonathan says they want to rectify their mistake, but Salt ignores him. She says she will only talk to Burke, as he was the only human who showed respect to the dead Homo aqua. To find out why the Homo aqua want Buckley as their ambassador, Kate interrogates him and investigates his entire life. Jonathan's attempt to become the ambassador fails because Salt refuses to speak to anyone but Burke. Therefore, the president of their unit tells Burke she will prepare him for this opportunity. At the hotel where Burke is staying, he finds heavy security. His daughter and ex-wife are already in his room. Barbara is shocked to learn that Burke has been chosen to negotiate with the Homo Aqua. Meanwhile, Kate wonders what they will do if war breaks out. At the scheduled time, Burke goes to meet the Homo Aqua. After initial talks, Salt asks the committee for a glass of water from the Thames River. Agents quickly go to get it. When the glass arrives, Burke tries to give it to Salt, but she says, "This water is for you." Burke is stunned. Instead of drinking, he begins a rehearsed speech written on a screen. But when Salt says she doesn't want a memorized speech, the ambassador drops the script. He says that the contamination of water and soil is the result of human stupidity. Admitting his people's mistake, Burke says humans have ruined the earth but now want to fix the damage. Hearing this, Salt says, "I like you." That night in the hotel, Burke sees his daughter and realizes she can't sleep because she is worried about him. Seeing that Kirby isn't doing well, Buckley offers to send her home the next day so she isn't stuck in the hotel. Kirby says she wants to stay with her father. The next morning, during their third meeting, Burke explains that world leaders have consulted climate scientists and private companies to create a plan to clean the oceans. Data suggests they can reduce pollution by 50% by the year 2065. However, when Salt learns it will take 40 years just to reduce pollution by half, she rejects the proposal. She says her people are dying every day due to human negligence. Salt says her people can no longer see or hear properly because of the pollution. Burke feels she is right and has no choice but to apologize. He suggests that if both species work together, the mission might go faster. Salt agrees that with their help, it will be very quick. Suddenly, a storm begins, and many countries see changes in the sea simultaneously. All the trash humans had thrown into the ocean comes back to land. Plastic and filth fall from the sky, bringing the story back to where it started. Despite the worldwide damage, Buckley continues negotiations because humans know they cannot win such a war. Fortunately, Salt is still willing to talk, but she sets 3 conditions for peace.